I'd like to spend a few minutes and talk about the interconnectedness of world problems. Not too long ago, I read Plan B 3.0 by Lester Brown, and it was very encouraging to read about all of the things that are being done in the world to actually combat climate change, even though from his perspective we're not doing nearly enough. And then I ran across this diagram which Fritjof Capra created from Plan B 3.0. And as I pondered this diagram, which has got an awful lot of detail in it, I realized that I think there's something missing. So I went through and I created a simpler version of this map so one wouldn't get quite lost in all of the detail. And as it turns out, or as I sorted it out, our belief in unlimited growth promotes economic growth, and the fact that we do manage to create ongoing economic growth fosters our continuing belief in unlimited growth, so that it's a reinforcing cycle that just feeds on itself. And at the same time, that belief in unlimited growth allows us to continue to enable population growth, and the population growth creates demographic pressure, and the economic growth promotes global capitalism, creating social exclusion and social inequality, so that demographic pressure in conjunction with those promotes poverty, which promotes illiteracy, lack of family planning, and further population growth. So we have a very vicious reinforcing cycle as a result of those influences. Then that population growth, in conjunction with the excessive consumption which happens from economic growth, further promotes resource depletion, and that resource depletion in conjunction with the excessive consumption promoting the fossil fuel consumption, and sooner or later we have to arrive at peak oil, even though at the moment, oil prices have dropped. You can be certain that they're going to go back up. The increased energy costs will lead to a rise in food prices, and the resource depletion in conjunction with that will lead to threats to food security. The fossil fuel consumption will promote climate change, one way or another, and that climate change will promote threats to food security, create climate refugees, and the threats to food security which promote famine and the climate refugees together result in failing states. The nations simply are unable to sustain themselves because of the inability of their resources to support the population. And those failing states will eventually promote the unraveling of civilization. And hopefully, when the unraveling becomes so absolutely obvious that it's beyond our capacity to deny that it's happening, it might actually alter our belief in unlimited growth. And that's the part that I think is missing, is that this unraveling of civilization should actually cause us to stop believing in unlimited growth. Though I've commented on a number of occasions that I believe one of our greatest strengths is our ability to convince ourselves of anything, regardless of what the facts say. We can discount anything and believe what we choose to believe. And the other part of the difficulty is that even if we come to believe or stop believing in unlimited growth, will the structure actually change when those who are in control stand to make a fortune from scarcity? I mean, there is a lot of money to be made by certain individuals and organizations from poverty and resource depletion and famine and climate change, so that while it becomes apparent that civilization is unraveling because of our belief in unlimited growth, those in control who stand to make a lot of money from the unraveling of civilization will continue to promote the same. So this is just sort of what I sort of sorted out from from pondering the diagram for a while. Now, this is actually an element of the Perspectives project, and I invite you to join us by sending me your Kumu username at systemswiki@gmail.com. If you don't have a Kumu username, you can get one at kumu.io signup. If you haven't reviewed the introduction or overview video for this project, you can find it at systemswiki.org. Now, in addition to the actual model and the presentation, this video is tied in here. There's also a link to a PDF version of Plan B 3.0, which is a marvelous read. This map that I showed from Capra, and this article that I thought was very telling, which is Where There Is Scarcity, There Is Money to Be Made by Grace Segrin. So hope you found this informative, and I'll see you in another video soon. Bye.